Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Arcanum of Steamworks and Magick Obscura, Blind. Now, I'm here in Roseborough, trying to decipher what is the matter with this stone that was found in the middle of the Ring of Brodgar. It's marked with what appears to be a set of coordinates, but when I added them all together, they don't seem to be making much sense. It is not a coordinate of a particular place, because obviously it cannot be both southwest and southeast and northeast and northwest at the same time. Instead, it seems to be more of a description of a route or something, but even then I don't quite understand how would I follow it, because it seems to me my current location doesn't really update in real time. It is in fact dependent entirely on the last point I clicked on the world map. You know, for example, here it's 1962 west, right? So even if I go to my local map, it stays at this. And even if I move a little bit... Oh, wait, am I going insane again? Okay, let me get back to this. Let me write it down, because maybe it's an actual path, you know, and you need to go by specified amount of units of measurement into a particular direction. So let me write it down. I'm still not sure how would I southeast, how would I exactly measure that, but I guess that remains to be seen. Northwest, northeast, southeast. But now the message on the sarcophagus said opposite and then truth. So I guess it can have two meanings. One of them being that that whatever is, like, one of them might simply be some kind of a warning about falsehood, because the opposite of the truth is false, but the other might mean that whatever is the opposite of what seems to be true is in fact true. So if I were to, I will just write down both possibilities just in case, because if my train of logic is correct, then I need to switch them. So southwest would become northeast, then southeast would become northwest, then northeast would become southwest, southeast would become northwest, northeast southwest, southeast northwest, southwest northeast, northwest southeast, northeast southwest, and southeast northwest, and then the amounts, so 30, 40, 20, 15, 30, 50, 15, 20, 40, and 50. Now, as far as the beginning point is concerned, that much seems to be kind of clear, because this stone was taken from the middle of the Ring of Brodgar, so that would indicate that it was once here. So let me go there.
How can I help you?
Actually, let me also pay attention to that. So it's 950 west now. Let me see if that has changed when I get to the Ring of Brodgar itself. Obviously, I need to pay attention to that. Okay, so it was roughly here. Okay, I guess it did change. It was 750. And it's... whatever it is now. 1,000? Wait. Does it really... because I'm pretty sure it's kind of randomized depending on how I swing my mouse around. Though it might not be. Well, anyway, this is probably going to take a long time and be rather annoying, so I will speed it up and, you know, if I discover anything, then I do, and if I don't, then I don't. But basically what I'm planning on doing is going... I guess I will check the opposite direction first. Planning to go a given number of units, roughly at least. So, what am I now at? 960. Let me write this down. 965 west and 687 south. So I need to go about 30 points northeast. So basically this way. But I don't know how to measure. No. What is that? Wait. Maybe this is some kind of a marking stone. Maybe it indicates... because then I would need to go northwest, so this way. I will go for a little bit and see if I find another one of those, I don't know, stones. I do! Okay, great! Great. That's actually hilariously cool and you know, helpful. Because, okay, he's pretty encumbered actually. I might need to take something off of him. I can throw this away actually. And this as well. I'm not even using that. I'm not using the traps that much anymore. I mean, at all actually, not anymore. So this is actually hilariously helpful because it means it's going to tell me if I'm on the right path by displaying those little stones or whatever this is. So it would be southwest now, so this way basically. Okay. Then southwest, then northwest, so basically over here. Wait, I think I must have overlooked it. Let me go back to it. Unless it's this, but it looks different. Ah, okay, it was here. So, northwest to here. Then southwest, which is this way, to here. Then northwest again, so basically here. Okay, so I guess this must be it. So this was northwest. Now northeast, so this way. Okay, must have overlooked that. Or I've gotten something wrong in the meantime. because I might have accidentally gotten back to one of the earlier ones. Wait. Okay, this is a different one. To be honest, I'm kind of lost at this point, because I don't know which one is this. I guess I was supposed to go south, so would it be... Let's try northwest from here. There's something. Huh. Okay, that was... I screwed it a little bit, because I got lost, but I would have gotten here legitimately, you know, eventually anyway, if I went all the way back. I kind of fumbled on the end there, but this stone vault looks ancient. An inscription on its face reads, "Ye must know the word that opens all doors." So, am I supposed to give some kind of a password? Oh, I guess my character... okay, so I guess the opposite was one clue, which is, you know, go the opposite of what the stone says, and then truth was another clue, which was basically the password to this Mannox Stone Vault. Did she pick it up? Sword of Mannox. Probably the Panari are going to want to take a look at that. Is there anything else here? Okay, let's read the journal. 5th of harvest. Crinnon Urden himself appointed me first acolyte today. I felt fortunate to finally meet him, as his days seemed near over. I was overwhelmed with prideful emotion at the thought that I was now to carry on the most important task of maintaining the wards. I presided over my first Panari Council today. All went well, and we established without a doubt the divinity of Nasruddin. The usual debate ensued, but this time we were able to convince those on the council who still held the doubts about Nasruddin that Nasruddin was indeed sent by the gods to lead us in this world. My mind is troubled. An elf by the name of Khan Hua descended from the mountains today and has begun ingratiating himself into the council. He claims to be a son of the original Elven Council member, but I am not certain I believe him. The others have taken a liking to him, though, and seem to have no doubts as to the veracity of his tale. I do not know why he makes me uncomfortable, but I feel a great distress when I am in his presence. Now, Khan Hua was working with Mingorad of the Dark Elves, and in fact, it seems that, judging from my talks with the Panari before, it seems that they were working for quite a long time to actually subvert the Church of the Panari, because, you know, it was Khan Hua who supposedly, quote-unquote, discovered the bones of, quote-unquote, Nasruddin in Caladon, but it was since proven that they are fake. And also, it was Khan Hua that supposedly witnessed Saint Mannox's ascension. But obviously, if this is the real crypt of Saint Mannox, then whatever bones lay underneath Caladon are probably some random bones of some random whoever. Let's continue with that. And Khan Hua has brought several of his elven folk into the fold. Worse, he is beginning to spread heresy among the truths of the church. He has insinuated that the wards are merely an outward representation of the inward discipline that we all must cultivate, or some such nonsense. He trivializes the life of the great Nasruddin by offhandedly suggesting that he never existed, that the whole tale of Nasruddin and the banishment is allegorical. He has been stating these preposterous theories outright. He has been not stating these preposterous theories outright, but I have engaged him in several philosophical debates on the matter of doctrine, and have all but cornered him into admitting his beliefs. His animosity towards me is growing, but he is not my concern. It is the rest of the leadership. They welcome him. He offers an easier, less disciplined view of the Panari life. Now that's interesting, because I guess Kan Hua wanted to persuade them that the wards set up by Nasruddin are merely allegoric, like they are a representation of something. They are a symbol, but they do not have an actual working purpose, because he wanted them to tear them down, right? So that Aronnax might return. Because it was mentioned in the message sent by Kan Hua to Mingorad that that Aronnax cannot yet return because the force field separating the void from the physical world of Arcanum is too strong, and in fact they have kidnapped the entirety of the Black Mountain clan. Well, I guess they haven't kidnapped them per se, but they orchestrated their banishment into the void specifically so that they might build a gate that would help Aronnax pierce the force field. And I guess Kan Hua was working on his own to try and use the Panari to help in that. And I guess Saint Mannox was opposing him. Amidst my great turmoil, I have been delivered a sign. I was visited today by the physical manifestation of Nasruddin. I am certain of this. As I was tending the wards, as I do these days with no help from my brothers, he appeared to me. He asked me all manners of questions and appeared pleased when I explained how I was maintaining the wards. We talked for what seemed hours, and he even tested my faith by hinting that he knew Nasruddin and that he was not divine. It was only after he departed that I realized I had actually been speaking with Nasruddin himself. I do not know from where this certainty comes, but I am sure in my heart that it was him. Kan Hua means to kill me. Yesterday I confronted him with the news of my vision of Nasruddin, and he exploded with rage, calling me a heretic. Him calling me a heretic, I would laugh if the situation were not so desperate. I almost attacked him on the spot, but I called upon my training to calm my rage and quickly excused myself from his office. I then returned to my room to contemplate what my course of action should be. Later that night, I was out performing my walking meditation. I was set upon by his elven cohort. After killing several of them, I fled. I do not know what I shall do now. I know my life will end should I set foot in the temple again, but it is not my life that matters. The truth of the Panari must live beyond me. I can only imagine what lies Kan Hua has been spreading in my absence. My exile is at an end. I have meditated on my situation, and I know now what I must do. I will return to the temple and declare what I know for all to hear. I will leave my writings safely hidden here, along with my ceremonial sword. I feel my death is at hand. My soul I now commit into the hands of Nasruddin, Mannox, first acolyte. So I guess the bones are in fact probably real. So he just stashed his writings here, which seems stupid. Like, to be honest, it seems stupid because by doing that he has ensured that nobody has found them until I found them now, because it was such a convoluted path to it. But basically he left his writings here, but he himself returned to Caladon, and I guess he was entombed alive, but judging from the fact that the writing was inside the sarcophagus. So I guess on the order of Kan Hua, he was entombed alive in the sarcophagus, but in his last moments he has written what's the word? He has written a guide on how to get to his journal, right? So that someone might eventually uncover the truth. Although again, it is kind of contrived to me how he made it so needlessly complicated, because obviously it could very well have been that nobody would ever discover it, what with the vagueness of the clues. Although I guess in his defense, maybe he wanted to make sure that the servants, those that were in league with Canhua didn't find the journal, because they would have destroyed it. So perhaps he had made it so convoluted because he wanted only those of pure heart and great intelligence to be able to follow his guide. Anyway, he will probably be interested in learning what I just learned. In the name of Nasruddin, I welcome you, my friend. How can I help you today? Hello, do you have time for questions? Of course, Honored One. I live to serve. I have something very important to tell you, Alexander. What? What did you find? I found Mannox's journal. Tell him what it said. Alexander is silent for a long time. Then, it seems we, the Panari, have an important responsibility. Many of our troubles, Living One, were born because we allowed ourselves to be deceived for so many years. This will be no longer, and it seems my family was deceived and dishonored. I think I know to whom I must speak about this. He looks in the direction of the High Priest's chamber. I also found this. Give Alexander his family's sword. Alexander is stunned, unbelieving. I never hoped to see this. It was lost so many years ago. It will be put to good use, I can assure you. I'm sure. Goodbye, and good luck. He takes your hand in the both of his. Thank you, Living One. Your help here has been invaluable. I wish you luck on your quest, and in the conflict to come. Goodbye. Is he... Thank you. Rest assured, I will do what needs to be done. Is he preparing to kill Canhua? Because, there were a bunch of Dark Elven guards posted before the chamber here, but the chamber itself, there are even shields left from their bodies. The chamber itself is unoccupied, and it doesn't seem to hold anything of value, at least from what I can notice. So I guess Canhua... but wait, he cannot still be part of the church, because after all those years, because when I talked with one of the other guys, with this guy, Thingamajig, him, Gunther Wilhelm, he was speaking about Canhua as if he was some kind of a legendary figure, and of course the events described in the journal of Saint Mannox took place quite a long time ago as well, and judging from the dates, it's about 700 years ago. Yeah, about. So, if Canhua were part of the church officially for all this time, obviously Gunther Wilhelm would have spoken about his directly, but then I don't understand what Alexander the Acolyte was implying, because I thought he meant that he's going to go and kill him, kill Canhua for what he has done to Saint Mannox, and generally what he has done by lying about everything the Panari religion stands for. And that would be corroborated by the fact that there were in fact dark elf guards before this chamber, but I don't quite understand, to be honest, how those two pieces of information gel together, because they seem to be incompatible to me. What about you? Yes? Hello, Gunther, have you a moment? What is it that you would like to know? I've discovered the truth about Mannox. Is that so? And what is it? Tell him of the journal. Gunther says nothing for a long time. Then, it seems we have been misled from the beginning, and now I see why we were first called the Defenders of the Gate. It seems we have a great responsibility. We shall begin to live up to it. What do you think I should do now, Gunther? Well, if you haven't already, Please go and tell Alexander what you found. I think that he's going to want to have a very long talk with some of his superiors. I'm glad I'm not one of them. Gunter smiles wickedly. Yeah, again, this seems to imply that Kan Hua is still in charge, somehow? And that Alexander plans to kill him. I'll do so. Farewell to you, Gunter. What about you? Hadrian looks up at you with haunted eyes. Hadrian, I found the whole truth. A slight whisper. What? Tell him the whole story of Mannox. Anger flares in the eyes of Hadrian. The man truly was a saint and a warrior, and it seems that we Panari have been neglecting our true duties. That will no longer be the case. He puts a hand on your shoulder. Thank you, my friend. You have done to the church and to the world a great service. Glad to be of service, Hadrian. As a token of my appreciation, feel free to take the objects in display cases. I can't tell you what they'd be good for, but they are yours all the same. The cases will be open now. Hadrian gestures quickly in the direction of the cases. Thank you very much. Will you do me a favor? Speak with Alexanders of these things, if you haven't already done so. I am an old man and tired. There is little I can do right. There is little I can do to right this wrong, but Alexander is strong, the strongest of us all, and I know, and will know what to do. He smiles to himself. I envy not the man who Alexander finds responsible. I'll do that, Hadrian. Okay, so that's great, because that gives me access to the glass key, which, to my knowledge, is the key to the stronghold of the Iron Clan. Eye of Krakatur I will take just in case it does something funny. Finger of Mannox. Apparently it's an amulet. Is it a magical amulet, or... well, I guess that there's only one choice. Apparently it isn't, because it doesn't increase my my aptitude chance of critical failure. So it gives me +1 willpower, crit chance, and +2 melee. Okay, sure, why not? I wasn't having any other amulet anyway, so I feel pretty great about all of this, in fact, because not only have I managed to solve this quest, I also managed to get the key to the Iron Clan, which will actually be the last thing I do on the continent. Well, assuming that nothing else crops up. So let's just get to the stronghold of the Iron Clan and see what it holds, now that I have the key.
How may I help you?
Okay, so there was a secret entrance to the Iron Clan. The entrance to the legendary Dwarven clan. Wait. Do I need to go from the other side? Oh, okay, I guess I just need to approach from a particular angle. Okay, ancient iron device. Do I need to use the glass key on it? Okay, so that would be 8. Maybe on this. Okay, indeed. Indeed.
I can't believe it!
Magnus?
Tell me, my friend, do you recognize that symbol on the wall?
I don't think so, Magnus. What is it?
It's the symbol of my lost clan. The symbol on the gauntlets that my grandfather gave to me. He said it was our family symbol. The symbol of the Iron Clan.
I think you're right, Magnus.
Yes, Magnus. The symbol is the same. You are of the Iron Clan, Magnus Shalefist. I, Loger Thunderstone of the Wheel Clan, pledge my friendship to you and your people. May the Iron Clan again rise to its ancient glory.
He puts his hand over his chest, nodding gravely.
I can't believe it. I mean, the Iron Clan. My grandfather would tell me stories of them, legends. I never thought they were real. I never dreamed that I would. I mean, that I am.
Magnus shakes his head in disbelief.
As did my own. You have much to consider, Magnus Shalefist. The Iron Clan and all of its history are now in your hands. The clan will need a chieftain, and I see no better dwarf than you to assume that position. Such a responsibility is not taken lightly. Remember that in the days to come.
He gives Magnus a stern gaze. Hold on, Loger. Will you be the Iron Clan kings as well?
That will be up to Magnus, and is also a matter of grave importance. All dwarves who follow the Thunderstone do so of their own choice. I would welcome the Iron Clan to our kingdom, but the choice must be made by its chieftain.
Okay, but I don't understand. Well, unless there are dwarves inside, that are alive. Because if this is just a lost stronghold, and it's just full of machinery, then what does it matter? How can Magnus rule it if there are no people inside it? Like, how can he, quote unquote, how can he join Loger or not? What does it matter if he is the only one that remains of the clan? Like, I guess that will be revealed after I'm past the gate, right?
Yes, of course. I have much to think on, much to consider. But regardless of the choice made, I pledge also the friendship of the Iron Clan to you, Loger Thunderstone. You are truly a dwarf among dwarves, and it has been my honor to fight at your side.
Magnus, what will you do now?
Huh? What do you mean?
You have found your clan. Does this mean we part ways?
Part ways? What? Are you mad? My place is with you. As if you could get along without me. You're going to need a dwarf from the Iron Clan if you want to get through this affair in one piece. I stand with you, if you will have me.
Then you will come with me.
Of course, you bloody fool. I'd have it no other way. We'll finish this thing together, whatever is to come.
Okay, let's go then. Okay, the game actually crashed right after this conversation, but I didn't lose much because I autosaved right before. Okay, let's enter then. Excuse me. Okay, those are quite tough. The Iron Clan Guardians. Okay, nothing on them. There are some chests here, as well as the throne. But again, I don't understand, where are all of the dwarves? You know, if this is just a deserted stronghold and Magnus is the last one, then what does it matter if he's king or not? Like, it would take generations. You know, if he starts a family and has children, it would take generations for the restored Iron Clan to be of any actual importance or value. And in fact, I'm pretty sure that from a like genetic standpoint, it's actually impossible to maintain a stable population by starting with just a pair of people. Like, they are not going to have enough. Even if Magnus and his wife would spend their whole life producing children, I doubt they would have enough to maintain a stable population. Not to mention, you know, if they were the only one, then obviously all of their children would have to resort to incest to produce the next generation, which, in addition to being disgusting, is also unwise from a genetical standpoint, because even though the effects of incestuous breeding are largely overstated in popular culture, because, to be honest, in the first generation, it's actually quite possible that nothing wrong is going to happen with the child. But over several generations, it quite obviously increases the chance of various genetic defects. So overall, I'm not seeing how this Iron Clan restoration is going to work unless I do find some dwarves. Iron Clan hammer. Wow, that's a pretty powerful weapon, actually. Let's give this to Magnus, of all people. I guess he kind of deserves that. After all, he has just been made king, so he should have a weapon fit for one. Because this is pretty great, judging from just the damage alone. No room for the item, because I guess it needs 3 across. Okay, he automatically equipped it. The Durin stone. Ah, that's needed for a quest, right? Can I actually read it? I can't. I guess because I lack the knowledge of the ancient dwarven language. Maybe the quest giver in the Wheel Clan will tell me more. And apparently there is also... there is also the iron armor. Let's take a look at and compare it. 45. Wow. Wow. That's... okay, actually, kind of... I feel bad about it, but I'm stealing this for myself. This is far too good to just give to Magnus. Like, compare this to this. It's almost a 30 increase in armor class, then a 10 increase in damage resistance, and then a bunch of other resistances as well. I'm stealing that, I'm sorry, Magnus, but maybe I will give you that after the war is over, you know. But for now... okay, it looks kind of shitty, to be honest. I kind of almost preferred the look of the other one, but it's definitely better, so... would you like to carry this, Logier? Okay, but... yeah, so is that it? Is this everything the Iron Clan has to offer? And if so, as I said, I totally don't get. Like, sure, I understand that they are overjoyed with discovering their actual stronghold, because even the remnants of their technology are surely going to be helpful. Judging from this, they must have been masterful craftsmen, right? But I don't understand this whole affair about Magnus being made king and those talks of the alliance between the Iron Clan and the Wheel Clan, because there is no Iron Clan for all intents and purposes. Like, it's just Magnus. So I don't get that actually, but well, I don't get a great many things, in fact, so it's perhaps not as surprising. Okay, so I will go to the Wheel Clan and tell them that I found the Durin stone, and I think that I think that indeed will be the end of my affairs on the continent for now, and I will be ready to sail to the island of Thanatos and search for Nasruddin's real bones. Which I feel is going to take me, you know, it's like on the straight path towards the ending of the game. And even Elder Joachim in Caladon, even Elder Joachim alluded to as much. But I simply have done everything I can. The quest in Tarant is broken, and I have no idea how to unbreak it, so I guess I will have to live with the fact I will never complete it. But I'm still quite happy that I managed to solve all of my other, you know, conundrums and riddles. So let's just return the Durin stone. We can all breathe a sigh of relief now that you have defeated the dread spider. Hello, Erick. Have you a moment? How can I help you? I found the Iron Clan. Here is the Durin stone. You have? My God. I have never dreamed. I mean, they were real. The stone, it's beautiful. He's silent for a long time, turning the stone in his hands. And what of the Iron Clan? What did you see? Tell him. It's more than I ever hoped or dreamed. It seems they truly were advanced, far beyond what anyone could have known. I look forward to visiting the caverns of the Iron Clan and learning of their technology, and learning of their ways. Thank you, my friend. You have no idea of the gift you've bestowed on us all. I am leaving now. Okay. So let's take a final look at my journal to see what kind of... I don't know where the amulet is, so I can't do that. I'm not stealing this, and I'm not giving the skulls to the phrenologist because they are used as evidence in a pretty fucked up gnomish conspiracy plot. I'm not doing this because it's pointless, and besides, Magnus was getting annoyed when I killed the pigs. I'm not doing this because this is back on the Isle of Despair and it doesn't seem important enough to go back there. This is broken because I already killed Sergaric Stout. Freak. I am looking for this, but it's supposedly found on Tulla, the island of the mages, so I believe the plot will take me there eventually. I am looking for the Bones of Nasruddin, which is the main quest. This is broken, unfortunately, and I'm still salty about this. I'm not killing the King of Caladon, so there is that. I am looking into that, which the Half-Ogre Island is near the island of Thanatos, where I need to go. And that's pretty much it. So I guess I'm finally ready to leave. Now, you know, with Thanatos being an island, I'm pretty sure I need a ship to get there. So I will travel back to Ashbury and ask Captain Edward Teach, the one that, on the request of Gilbert Bates, brought me to the Island of Despair. Maybe he can also bring me to the island of Thanatos. So yeah, let me go to Ashbury then, because I do believe it was Ashbury where he was. Okay, Ashbury. Okay, so let's go to the docks and see if Captain Edward is still there. I do believe this was... Oh wait, it's not this ship, it's the other one, right? Nice to see you again, sir. I'd like passage to Thanatos. Thanatos? You'll never find anyone fool enough to take you to that destination around here. Try Blackroot. This place is full of desperate fools. What about the Ogre Island? I'm looking for passage to Half-Ogre Island. The passage will cost you 100 coins a head. So I guess it is a separate place. Sure. Let's go. Because I do want to go there as well. I just thought I'd travel there from Thanatos, but apparently not. Apparently it's a separate place altogether. Let's follow the road. Okay, this is kind of what I've been, you know, prepared to find, which is basically a birthing farm, right? It is a breeding farm where they keep women, presumably mostly human women, and then let half-ogres rape them to produce, you know, large quantities of half-ogre slaves, basically, or at least servants. Anything else? Doesn't look like there's anything here, but I guess the experiments must have been discontinued or something, because there's no one here. Let's read the journal. it's probably going to shed light on a few things. The male human, female half-ogre coupling producing offsprings seems to be an extremely rare occurrence and cannot be depended on for significant numbers. The human-female male half-ogre experiments fare much better, but with 100% loss of the host. Yes, so not only are they all raped, they all actually die in the process of birthing the children. Our rate of experimentation has increased with the new influx of female subjects from the lower part of society. These new hosts cannot be relied upon to go to term, being in such poor health, suffering from common ailments to those living in the manners the subjects are to. A healthier source of subjects would help immensely, as I have some new surgical ideas I would like to implement, but the subjects I have to work with would not hold up under the knife. The new surgical techniques we are applying have reduced the number of fatalities by removing the unborn before term. The hosts seem to be viable for 3 harvests before their bodies fail. Damn it, this is so fucked up that I am kind of caught off guard, because like the mental images it makes me produce in my mind are, you know, nothing to be desired, because it's literally talking about serial rape, and then they, because it's impossible actually for a human female to survive the birth of a half-ogre, apparently, you know, 100% fatality rate. So they are performing cesarean sections on them so that they survive, so that they might be raped again, and then, you know, have the baby cut out from them again, and apparently they can survive it up to 3 times before they eventually die anyway. Like, this is so horrible that I kind of wasn't even expecting anything of this caliber of evil to go on in this game. And in fact, like, it's strange to me because I feel like this is much worse than, like, obviously the caliber is different, the scale is different, but, you know, Aronax was your standard run-of-the-mill evil bad guy from a fantasy story. He wanted to subjugate every other people in the world, which of course is very evil, don't get me wrong, you know, especially if that would amount to actual slavery. That would be very horrible as well. But this is some, you know, this is some seriously fucked up shit on like such a detached level, because they don't even want, like, they are not doing this because of some standard movie bad guy motivation of wanting to rule the world. I guess they want to rule the world, but they are ruling the world anyway through combination of business, money and politics, and they are doing all of this horrible stuff just because they want a steady supply of bodyguards. Like, this is such a what's the word? This is such an example of, like, petty evil, like evil that's so detached from any idea. Like, they probably don't even think about whether this is right or not. Like, and I doubt they hate those women or like the ogres. It's all part. Those are all tools to them. And, you know, the worst part about this is that things of this caliber and of this kind actually happened, and I guess maybe they still do happen in real life, because, you know, it brings to my mind the story of the Japanese unit. I believe it was 731, right? The unit for I believe the official title was something with biological weapon, but basically what it was a unit of the Japanese army during World War II, which was concerned with running all kinds of horrible, fucked up medical experiments on people, up to and including actual vivisections and blowing people apart with shrapnel and then studying how they die, or infecting them with lethal diseases, or things like that, like all manners of fucked up shit you can even imagine, and some that you can't. They actually did it, and they documented all of it, with the same kind of detached scientific approach. And the worst part about this was that most of them were actually given amnesty after the war by the United States government, because in exchange for for turning over the results, because obviously the Americans knew that those information were actually very valuable, especially for the military. The exact study of the time of death it takes for a soldier to, for example, freeze to death or to bleed to death, or the reactions to the various diseases. It was obviously very useful, but a democratic society, with all of those with all of those pesky notions of human rights, could have never replicated such a study, and the Americans knew it. So they thought opportunistically that it would be better if they at least were able to use the info themselves, which is, again, it's so fucked up that I cannot even conceive of it, how those literal war criminals who were cutting up people when they were still alive, many of them lived to old age after the war, and I believe some of them even continued working in the medical field. So imagine going to the doctor, and your doctor is a literal war criminal. Like, I cannot even contain it in my mind. Well, let's continue. Subnote 1. Some of my less dedicated colleagues have had to be dismissed as they were experiencing doubts about our new female host. I have no such compunctions. Once they are here, they are a number to me, and nothing more. Scientific advancement would never occur if the weak-willed were to have their say. Well, so that's pretty much what I was talking about, right? How they view all of this with a scientific detachment, and they view all of those people and all of the suffering as tools, basically, which is, as I said, for me, it is somehow even worse than Aronnax's grandiose ideas of world domination. So this might actually take the cake for the most fucked up thing I have seen in a game for a really, really long time. So there is that, but is there anything more? I was kind of expecting something more. Like, it seems the experiments were discontinued. Obviously the whole lab is empty. I guess there's also some kind of a prisoner pen, but it seems empty as well. I cannot pick up any of those. I will explore the surroundings as well, because it seems kind of important. What's on the other side? Because there seems to be a path as well over here. Unless it's just already the beach. The rumored location of some secret breeding laboratory. So I guess I will just go across the island, see if I can discover anything else on it, because it is rather large, well, large-ish. So maybe it has some other waypoints as opposed to just the one I've discovered for now. So obviously, the story seems a little bit incomplete. Sure, I've discovered the location and I discovered some evidence that the experiments really took place, but I was hoping, well, hoping, that sounds bad in this context, but I was expecting some more concrete evidence and some more concrete remnants of the experiments, you know. Well, I will explore the vicinity of the facility again, but it is somewhat suspicious to me that the whole island is so large and that there is seemingly only one waypoint on it, you know, one important location. Okay, what does my journal have to say on this matter? Find proof of the Half-Ogre breeding done on the Half-Ogre Island. Yeah, I did, but it seems still somehow incomplete. Okay, I do believe this episode was long enough though, so I'm going to save here and actually end it for now. Maybe I'll go around the island once more next time and, you know, generally at least finally take a look once more at the surrounding of the complex, but for now that's enough. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!